The most prestigious race in the calendar, the jewel in the crown, the place where Senna was at his best, the race with the barriers, and so on. The Grand Prix de Monaco has many unofficial names, some more absurd than others. It's one of the very few street circuits in Formula 1, and even though its prestige and history are undeniable, it's kinda, sorta lacking in the on-track action department. With that in mind, I'm Chip from the Digital Grandstand, and in this edition of PitStop Delta, we'll explore how the 2017 F1 grid will fare at Monaco. Right from the off, it should be noted that the Monaco GP is a strange one. The rules of F1 are slightly bent for this one, possibly for the best, but yeah, not necessarily. In the latest Formula What episode, we went through the makings of a Formula 1 weekend. Well, that blueprint is the norm for each and every race, apart from here in Monaco. First of all, the action on track begins earlier than usual, with both Free Practice 1 and 2 being held on Thursday, the quali and the race happening on Saturday and Sunday respectively as usual. Not that big of a difference, right? Well, hold on to your hats, because that's not all. A Formula 1 race is usually scheduled for 300 kilometers plus one whole lap of the circuit where it's held. Not here. The race distance in Monaco is cut down to a little bit more than 260 kilometers or 161 miles, which amounts to 78 laps of the 3.3 kilometer circuit. This is because, being a street circuit, F1 cars are going quite slowly round Monaco. Well, slower than usual, that is. And to prevent fans dying from boredom and old age, this race is cut a bit short. Even though it's not the rule, weather can play a part throughout the weekend. Last year, for example, the rain came down hard on race day, laying the foundations for a good race. I emphasized good there because, well, it's a street circuit. It's narrow, so on-track overtakes are as rarely seen as a McLaren finishing a race this year. This only puts more importance on strategy and obviously a good start. Having said that, it's also worth mentioning that raw engine power is not that important here. A good chassis and a low revs friendly gearbox are key to a good race. But how does that translate to the F1 class of 2017? At a first glance, it's advantage Ferrari, especially in race trim mode. The very good power unit at low revs and the shorter wheelbase are perfectly suited to this type of track. As for the Mercs, well, they still have that ultra-aggressive quali mode. But the long wheelbase won't help one bit. The power unit is decent, but lacks a bit of performance in first and second gears. If the Mercs will qualify in front of the Ferraris and make good starts, this will be a very interesting race. It's impossible to fathom how hard overtaking is in Monaco. Track position, aka being in front of another car, is paramount here. So expect a strategy race rather than a full on-track battle like we had in Barcelona. So, the top 10 at the end of the race. In 10th place, Pascal Wehrlein. Daniel Kvyat in 9th. 8th, Esteban Ocon. Nico Hülkenberg in 7th, the Force India of Sergio Perez will be in 6th, Daniel Ricciardo, the only Red Bull, finishing the race in 5th, 4th place, Valtteri Bottas, only because he will be used to Hamilton's advantage in the race. Opening the podium in 3rd, Kimi Räikkönen, 2nd place, Sebastian Vettel, and the winner, Lewis Hamilton. Yes, I will say Hamilton wins. And takes pole as well for good measure. Just like in Spain, I genuinely expect a battle like the ones Mansell and Senna had in the early 90s here as well. Hamilton is very good at controlling a race from the front. He understands how important track position is in Monaco. But, of course, both Ferrari and Mercedes will bring their A-game strategy here. The name of the game, as far as on-track action is concerned, is avoid the barriers. One mistake, boom, you're out of the race. Many will succumb to the sheer pressure of racing inches away from the metal fencing. These are all world-class drivers, but all the talent in the world won't stop you from kissing those unforgiving barriers if you don't mix that talent with concentration. All in all, the 2017 Monaco GP will be a lesson for some, an infuriating weekend for others, the most rewarding experience for a select few, and yeah, a joy to watch for any true F1 fan. Here's hoping anyway. What are your predictions for Monaco? Who will get the strategy right? And who will plant their machines in the metal? Let me know all that good stuff in the comments below, or come chat to me on Twitter at chip_DGS. Don't forget to like, share, and check back soon for more F1 related content, or you can always subscribe. I've been Chip, and I'll see you next time on the Digital Grandstand.